Hey everyone, Alicine here with a new guide for Voidtalon of the Dark Star. This rare spawn was added in 6.1 Warlords of Draenor and behaves differently than a lot of rare spawns that came before it. To start, you have to click on a rare portal that spawns across many different zones in Draenor. It has an initial spawn timer of 48 hours, which means that from the minute realms come up after weekly maintenance, it'll be at least 2 days until a Edge of Reality portal can spawn. They don't spawn at exactly 48 hours, by the way. That's just the bare minimum time required for them to start spawning. Sometimes it takes 53 hours, sometimes it takes 67 hours. It's just RNG. Once you manage to find a portal, you simply click on it and enter the scenario that pops up. You'll go into a version of Shadowmoon Burial Grounds where the egg is sitting there in front of, unfortunately, a dead Voidtalon, but inside the egg is the Voidtalon of the Dark Star mount, and you can learn it. When it comes to portal behavior, it's important to know that all portals are zone-specific. That means that each zone that they appear in, that being Shadowmoon Valley, Spires of Iraq, Talador, Gorgrond, Frostfire Ridge, and Nagrand, all have individual timers going on. A portal in Shadowmoon Valley has no impact on a portal in Nagrand, and so on. These portals have a lifespan of 15 minutes. That means from the moment they spawn, they will be up for 15 minutes before they vanish again. When they despawn, the portal has a chance to reappear in the zone it despawned in 2 hours later at minimum. There isn't really a set maximum for it to respawn. Sometimes it literally just doesn't. I don't understand why it doesn't, but it seems to be like 2 hours to 24 hours. Any sort of realm maintenance will reset Voidtalon portal timers. Sometimes Blizzard will do midweek maintenance and portals won't spawn until 48 hours after servers come back up. Assume that anytime servers go down, a portal won't be spawning for at least 48 hours. This makes farming Voidtalon a big pain around patches and expansion launches, especially Blizzard. Come on. They have to often patch things. Related to this resetting issue, there seems to be a strange anomaly in every single Voidtalon zone except for Shadowmoon Valley, that when a player leaves the zone for longer than 15 minutes and no one else occupies or enters the zone during that time, it will reset. That means the portal is completely gone, timer is gone, it has to start from 48 hours, right from the beginning. Shadowmoon Valley is the only exception to this, so keep this in mind if you're on a lower population, like especially roleplay realm. If your realm is connected to a bunch of others, though, I'd say you're usually in the clear, especially for the high traffic zones, like Spires of Iraq, because people farm Rookmar, and Blackrock Foundry, because people are still farming that terrible, terrible cow mount. There are 4 different phases, or shards, per server. These are War Mode On, War Mode Off, and Chromie Time War Mode On and Off. Chromie Time is a new feature added by Blizzard during pre-patch, which allows players that are under level 50 to phase to a version of the game that scales mobs and quests to their level. Level 50 and above players can use Party Sync to activate Chromie Time if their party leader has it activated. Just like War Modes, Chromie Time has different rare spawn timers depending on what phase you're in. Chromie Time behaves similar to War Mode in the fact that you have to turn it on in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, but you also have to turn it off in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. When it comes to the portals themselves, you must be level 10 to enter, level 17 to learn the mount, and you must be level 40 to loot the egg. Don't panic though, as long as you click the portal, the mount should be sent to your mailbox within the hour. If you're worried about not being able to see portals, likely from watching my previous guide, be at peace, because Blizzard patched it. All characters of any level can see Voidtalon portals, with the exception of the character that you specifically learn the mount on. So even if you have it on your account, you can see it on every other character that you didn't learn the mount on. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned class trials, it's because they're probably dead. Blizzard has been restricting them more and more over the last 3 years, and now they've completely locked them from being logged into or created in pre-patch. If they ever come back, I wouldn't farm rare spawns with them anymore just to be safe. So that means when it comes to farming this mount, ideally you would have 4 characters in each mode, with at least 2 under level 50 to check chromie time. I suggest picking a zone that you think you could stomach looking at for days and days, and that you're least likely to hallucinate seeing portals in. Park a character in each mode in that zone, war mode on and off, and then chromie time war mode on and off. Once you're set up, start logging into your tunes, checking the spawn points, and logging off. It's easy to do, but tedious, so I only recommend doing this for a little while at a time. If you do this for hours, I guarantee it will give you brainworms. I personally like flying through all the zones on a couple of different characters. This method is far less lucrative nowadays, and I'd only recommend doing it if you burn out on jumping from character to character in a single zone. With that, I think I've covered everything. If you'd like a visualization on what these portals look like specifically in their specific spawn points, I've got a really good video here that has all documented spawn points spawning, so that's pretty nice. This rare is incredibly complex compared to the other rares in my opinion, and relies more on luck than any sort of mastermind method. I've seen just over 130 portals, I think, and sometimes I go weeks or months without seeing them simply because of how volatile they are. So keep this in mind when you're farming to avoid burning out. And best of luck, and let me know in the comments if this guide helps you out in any way, and happy hunting!